Here we go. This should be all right. Hello. Just got to get stuff set up. One sec. Just plugging in. This is the first time as well. First time where I've been doing it on live stream. Hey, there we go. We're good. How are we gonna best do this? I need to set it up so that my camera won't fall over. One sec. So I think, I don't know, man. Whoa, yo. Okay. See, this is the thing. This is the thing with this this setup. I'm not used to doing it on mobile, so it's going to be a bit of a pain. If you wouldn't mind, God damn it. How are we going to be able to set this up without falling? I really should have thought of this before I kind of started. We can have Moxley posing, because this isn't really going to be like an animation Q&A. Well, it will be an animation Q&A. What I mean is it won't be like a live stream where I'm literally just watching wrestling, basically. Right. So we'll have Mox just kind of posing like that. And then there we go. He's being lit very nicely. Okay. There you go. You get to watch John Moxley throughout the watch along. How's that sound? Hello Wrestlistic. Hello Just Eli. Hello Instant Crimson. Hello PTW Animations as well. What I'm going to try and do, get the chat up on my computer as well. So if you're new, this is just the first time I've done it on live stream. Yeah, I mean, it's difficult. Basically, I thought I could try out this format where, hello Ty, I'm just trying out this format where I just kind of watch wrestling in the background and kind of answer your questions as I go along. So I don't know how this would work. If you guys want to suggest something for me to watch, and then you guys can also watch along with it, and then I kind of answer questions as I go, or if you just want to like have this on in the background or keep watching the stream. I don't think I'll be watching SmackDown tonight, only because I don't have BT and that's what it's on in the UK. So I don't have the means to watch SmackDown, and I actually haven't seen it in a while. So I don't think I'll be staying up that late to watch SmackDown tonight. But what should I? Yeah, in 3 hours exactly. Like, and I'll be probably be too tired by then because it's like 10 PM where I am. But what should I watch, guys? I'll answer any questions in a moment. I've just got to get this set up. Bear with me, guys. But yeah, so leave in the chat as well any questions you've got, and I'll try and answer them as quick as possible. And also leave in the chat what do you want me to watch on the stream, because maybe you guys can put it on your TVs or your laptops at the same time and just listen to me chat while we watch the same thing. I'm kind of feeling something vintage, like, I know it sounds like really specific, but like WCW 99 or something like that. Just something random, really, just to watch while I answer questions. I think that would be fun. Because at the moment I'm just watching Dynamite. I'm trying to catch up on Dynamite because I'm like 3 episodes behind, and we'll see how it goes. And by the way, if my voice gets muffled, but while I go away, it's because I'm like trying to check the chat on my computer at the same time as my mobile. Oh, Undertaker vs. Michaels is pretty good. Wait a minute. I'll get up the chat so I can answer the questions all in order. I'll fire up the network and see what we got. Because I can probably... Yeah, hold up. I'll get the chat on here first. So yeah, I've been watching Dynamite, and I've just been kind of trying to catch up with that. And also today I've been trying to catch up with my Patreon stuff. So, Like I've been doing some filming today, and luckily now that I've got the. By the way, just let me know if you can hear me. All right. Yeah. So I'm. Yeah, legit. I'm lucky I've still got the network because obviously you guys have got Peacock in the US, so in the UK we've still got the network intact, which is great. Not to rub it in or anything, but yeah, it sucks, man. Like, hopefully they will have everything added in the US and they don't take it away from the UK, but I don't know. It sucks. I'll try and watch something that everyone can watch if you guys want to watch along with me. So, at the moment, I'm just trying to get up the chat one sec. But yeah, so today I've just been doing my filming for NLW 24/7, and I'm hopefully going to get a thing out on Monday held up. Yeah, now we got the chat going. So let's have a look. Mania 17, like the main event. I don't know. I feel like I've watched that so many times, but I could watch it again maybe. Do you have any other suggestions, like that I could maybe watch? I'm just trying to get like a general idea. Oh, you know what? Yeah, it is a good show. To be fair, like the Jericho and Austin stuff, I have seen like this the kind of snippets of the interview. Oh, I mean X7's a good one. The only trouble with X7 is I've seen it like over and over and over again because I'm like, it's my favourite show ever. I mean, it's most people's favourite show ever. I don't know. Do you get WCW on Peacock? And I'm talking about WCW. I've just been having a kind of a craving for it. Just in case you guys want to watch along, maybe. Do you know what? I'll watch X7. I'll watch Austin versus Rock. We'll get it up. So, you know, we'll watch Austin versus Rock from WrestleMania X7. I watched the 2020 Royal Rumble quite recently as well. To be honest, I watched it before the last one. So, what's coming up on the network actually? 205 Live. Damn, I haven't watched 205 Live in an age. Like, it was one of my favourite shows back in 2018. I want to say, and now I have not kept up with it whatsoever. Yeah, I'll put on X7. Or I could watch. No, I'll watch X7 because if you want to watch it with me, you can. Let's have a look. And then I'll try and go through the chat and answer some questions. Just let me know if I'm too far away from the camera and you can't hear me very well. Do let me know. I'm trying my best. Yeah, WrestleMania. I'll probably have to type in 17, won't I? For Austin Rock. It is one of my favourite shows of all time. I've actually got like I'm obviously halfway through it. Dum-da-dum. I'll get to the beginning of the entrances maybe. Because I don't want it on in the background and then me getting hit with like a copyright strike or something. Yeah, here we go. Right, so if you want to watch along with me, I'm watching Stone Cold versus The Rock from WrestleMania 17. And if you want to like take a minute to get it up, then by all means go ahead. But I'll put it on in a sec and I'll answer some questions. And thank you to the 16 of you guys who are here. And Moxie's laying like that because I didn't think about how I was going to set up my live stream. And he was the first figure I picked up, so I thought, hey, Moxley's chilling, I'm chilling, we're all chilling, watching some wrestling. So, yeah. So I'm watching WrestleMania 17 main event, Austin versus The Rock. I'm starting from the actual match itself. So, there we go, let's start it. This is like such a cool match. I love the like the intensity that they've got in it. Thumbs up in the chat if you can hear me all right. So. Yeah, so at the moment I've got Austin coming out of the curtain. So if you do want to watch it with me, go ahead. If not, don't worry about it. But I'm just trying my best to try and answer your questions. So without further ado, I'll go through the comments and I'll just talk about wrestling, NLW, all that stuff in general. So I'll start with Instant Crimson at the top, who asked who's my favourite wrestler, if anyone. What Hall of Famer would I bring back? My favourite wrestler right now, I think Phoenix is doing a lot of cool stuff. And I'm not quite sure who else, really. I love Jeff Hardy, it's just a shame they're not really doing anything with him at the moment. But I would say, yeah, Daniel Bryan as well is one of my favourites. I do like Kenny Omega, even though he's quite a polarising guy. And if anyone, what Hall of Famer would I bring back? Before I would have said Edge, and now he is back, so I don't really know. Shawn Michaels, I think, needs to wash the taste out of his mouth after the Saudi match. And a match against Adam Cole would be decent. And that's probably the Hall of Famer I'd bring back. Let's go through. And Wrestlistic says, your thoughts on the re-release of AEW Series 1? I think it's good that they're finally able to do to get the skin tones right, although what I'm kind of doing with it at the moment is so like for instance the early Kenny Omegas they've done, I've now got the Series 4, so for a couple of episodes they're really good for interchanging them and like taking the top torso off and putting it on a different attire and swapping them. So my MJF is actually broken. If you see my Instagram, like it's the arm's completely snapped off. So I'll probably buy the Series 5 or Series 6 and swap them together. But yeah, the paint jobs, they look a bit weird, but I think that might just be because it's completely repainted and whatnot. Maybe that's what it was originally supposed to look like, and they've improved since. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. I'm glad they've re-released them, and at least it makes the old ones seem a bit rarer, you know. How do I do a tournament in PickFed? You kind of book the final, book what final match you want to have, and then work backwards from there. So in the G1 Climax, I knew I wanted the final to be AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe, and I kind of worked backwards from there. Obviously, it's not like a tournament, it's more of like a round robin type thing. But you think, okay, oh well, the Super X Cup, for instance, I had Mustafa Ali versus Pac, and they were going at each other. I'll just get this on a smaller screen. That would be an ideal thing. There we go. All right, so now at WrestleMania 17, here we are, and they're just battering each other at the moment. I enjoy that. So yeah, booking a tournament, like you book the final two that you want, and then you work backwards. That's how I'd do it. What I think if Kalisto joined Penta and Phoenix, I'd love that because I love Kalisto as a wrestler and a character. Damn, I'm watching this WrestleMania 17 main event, and I just wish wrestling was as good as this now. Like the hype behind it, I guess, you know, obviously the heel turn in the main event here kind of killed off a lot of momentum that they had, especially with like no competition there. And now, I don't know what's wrong with it. Like, I don't know. It just makes me sad sometimes watching this old stuff because of how good it is. But at least we've got it to watch still, you know. But yeah, I love Kalisto. It's sad that he's gone from WWE because he's one of my favourites, especially on 205 Live back in 2018, I think it was. But yeah, nah. It'd be cool if he came back to AEW or anywhere really, because I think he's great. If you don't have any AEW figures yet, they're really good for posing and interchangeability with the tires, so that's quite good. My network's being really weird. I do not like... I mean, you complain about the network not being in the US, but even here in the UK, it's quite laggy at times. Maybe it's because I'm live streaming at the same time, I'm not quite sure. So... favourite NLW match I've ever made? I really like the Triple Cage that I did, and I like the Royal Rumbles that I've done as well. But I'm quite proud of all my matches. I would say my favourite... it's difficult. Because, yeah, I'd say any of the Money in the Banks as well. Anything that requires like a cage or anything like that are my favourite ones. Least favourite NLW matches I've ever made. Some of the early ones maybe, where I feel like I could have done them a little bit better. Like the first Royal Rumble, although I was happy with it at the time, I feel like I could have animated it a little bit better. So that's certainly one which... Oh, my brain can't focus with watching wrestling at the same time. There we go. It's a little bit calmer. But yeah, like, I think, yeah, like I said, my least favourite match, I don't really have a least favourite match I've made. Maybe like the early ones, because I feel like now I could do them better. But it's always the same, where you feel like you can kind of improve on your abilities and stuff like that, really. By the way, in terms of the network, where I'm at now, because I messed up, I'm at 3 hours, 11 minutes into Wrestlemania 17. That could be wrong, that could be right, but it's because my network messed up. So you can either skip to that point or keep watching. It's up to you. But I'm at the moment I'm at 3 minutes 11 minutes 22 seconds on Wrestlemania 17. If you want to watch along with me, you know, you don't have to. I don't mind. Remember the Hardy Bros? Yo, I wish... Oh, the Hardy Boys, the Hardy Bros. But yeah, like... Dude, like, Riddle and Jeff Hardy... Damn, that would have been a fun tag team. And they've got really naff tag teams at the moment. I wish they'd, you know, bring them back, but... What are you going to do? I want Jeff Hardy to... I'd say go to AEW, but, you know, you can't just send everyone there, because it is what it is. I just want him to be doing more while he's at the WWE. Favourite wrestler of all time? I'd say Jeff Hardy, just because of that emotional connection to him, you know? Yeah, by the way, John Cena's a pretty good wrestler. Have I seen Naddy's G97's WWE Figure Rumble? Yes, it's very good, and I recommend you check it out. He's got a good fed going, and not to spoil anything, but MDT's had a surprise entrance in it, which caught me off guard, and I thought that was pretty cool. So, yeah, very much enjoyed it. I was there for the thing the other time. Yeah. So I enjoyed that a lot. I'm trying to get into watching more pick feds now because it's quite inspiring, and also I've kind of been out of the scene a little bit. Andrade during the triangle? Yeah, Andrade would be a good addition, you know. But I feel like Andrade could do a lot more on his own, or even with Selena Vega now that she's gone from the WWE as well. Yeah, and by the way, I know Mox posing like that is a little bit weird if you just joined me, but I'm just trying to, what's the word? I didn't really think of a setup, so this is quite a spontaneous thing. By the way, I'm watching WrestleMania 17, I'm at 3 hours 13 minutes at the moment, I could be wrong. Ray's good, yeah. JR and Paul Heyman as well, like... I'd say, this might be a controversial opinion, I'd say JR and Paul Heyman on commentary are better than Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler. Because I think that Paul Heyman is very good at putting across a story. And although Jerry Lawler's got a more iconic voice or way with his lines and things like that, I think that Heyman kind of puts over the wrestlers in a way that, I don't know, Jerry Lawler maybe didn't before, perhaps. So, I'll keep going. Yeah, Seth Rollins today, actually. I think he's gotten a lot better now. He's got his Messiah character. I do want to get the basic of him, actually. What's my least favourite man wrestler? I don't really have one, because I think it'd be unfair for me to be like, oh, I don't like this or that person. I guess Baron Corbin, because he's been there for so long and he hasn't really changed. But again, like, he's got to go at in where I'm at WrestleMania 17. Earl Hebner's just fallen over, and now there's the botch where The Rock is picking up the blade that Earl's given him. So that's where I'm at, and he's just hit him with the ring bell. So if you're watching along with me, you can be. You don't have to, but I'm at 3 hours 14 minutes, roughly 3 hours 15 minutes, kind of. So yeah, Paul Heyman was great on commentary. Have I ever thought to do an Ultimate X match at a pay-per-view? I did do one. I did one ages ago. This was like 2017 at Insurgents for the X Division title. But yeah, like I'm describing all the stuff. I'm glad you've lined it up correctly. So yeah, as in an Ultimate X match, I have done one at Insurgents, and I want to do one again. Probably this year, I would say. Remy Montoya says, do you watch Dark Side of the Ring? Yes, I'm looking forward to it coming back. I watched a clip of John Moxley talking about Nick Gage. That's quite interesting. And I thought it was, especially the Benoit doc that they did last year. He just fell through the announce table. I forgot about that. Even though this is one of the greatest matches of all time, there's so many botches in it that it's quite funny, especially with like the blade pickup and Rock falling through the table. But anyway, yeah, I digress. Yes, Remy Montoya, I do watch the Dark Side of the Ring, and the Owen Hart one as well was quite heartbreaking. The one I watched last time. But I'm looking forward to seeing the Brian Pillman one and the Nick Gage, and I can't remember the other ones that are coming up, but yeah, it's a good series, a very good series. I'm looking forward to it. Hey NLW, which match do you not like and which you think you could have done better on? In terms of the ones I've done, I reckon I could have done better with the first Elimination Chamber and also the first Royal Rumble I did. Yeah, so like those ones, I feel like I could have done a lot better. Just in terms of like my animation style and stuff. But then again, it was like 8 years ago, so it's come on so far since then. But like my most viewed video is one I did 8 years ago, and it's a shame because now I look back on it, I'm like, damn, I could have done it so much better, and it's got like. It managed to get all these views and stuff, and I wish I don't know, I wish I'd done so much. I'd improved at a little bit of a quicker rate, but you know, you go at your own pace, I guess, and you'll find out when you're first starting out. It's not it's not like it's a marathon, not a sprint. So you're not gonna, if you're starting off a pick fed right now, don't be disheartened if it's not as good as you want it to be right away, because you keep getting better, and that's what I find. Even like the new episodes that I'm bringing out. So I'm bringing out the new NLWs after Ungovernable, and I've got a new camera. So I'm still trying to figure out the settings on it. You might have seen it on NLW Turbo already, the new camera I'm using. So yeah, The Rock's like bloodied up at the moment. Austin's just wailing on him at the point I'm at. Again, if you've just joined and you want to watch WrestleMania 17 with me, I'm at 3 hours 18 minutes. But yeah, like I've made tweaks to the presentation style, and I think it's a little bit too dark for what I want it to be in terms of like the exposure on the camera and things. And this is stuff that I had no idea, like what I was doing with when I first started NLW. But now I've got like a proper camera after 10 years. I know more so what I'm doing now than I used to, in terms of like the correct settings and things like that. So the presentation is going to improve a lot in the next few weeks, and especially NLW 24/7 with the pick fed. Rock's getting his face caved in now by Austin. It's pretty obvious he's turning heel in hindsight, but it is what it is. But yeah, my presentation it's going to improve in the next few weeks. That's all I'm trying to say. Yeah, Mox is doing his sexy little pose at the moment, trying to invite you into this live stream. It's either, I'm sorry, it's quite unnerving. Thank you for liking my animations, and also thank you for everyone for joining the stream. I do like doing these. The next one I do will probably be live stream animating, because I've now got mobile live streaming on my phone for this channel, which is really good. And hey, Moxley wants you to watch these live streams too. He's been like, hey, welcome you. It's a bit creepy, but it is what it is. So when I started the NWO storyline, taking over NLW, did I think that story would evolve that much back then? And was the payoff of the story you imagined? I can't remember exactly what the plan was originally. I think I had somewhat of an idea that I wanted it to build to where it did. Because I know I started it with Kevin Nash and the Big Show kind of teaming together. I think I must have known that it was going to get big. In fact, I think I kind of built on it. Rock just hit Stone Cold with a ring bell there. Just absolutely whacked him. I think McMahon's about to come out in this match. But anyway, yeah, the NWO storyline. I didn't expect it to be as big as it was going to get. In fact, it was originally supposed to go from until WrestleMania 3. And I wasn't actually going to have a WrestleMania 2, but I thought I thought the NWO storyline had kind of run its course, and I didn't want to over drag it like WCW did, so I kind of cut it off while it was still hot. But yeah, like I'm glad. I'm very happy with that story. It's one of my favourites ever. That's all I'll say. Yeah. Remy, did I hear about the updated AEW Unrivaled figures? Yes. I don't think I'll be getting any because I've got the updated figures now, like for the more recent series. And if you want to swap the bodies out for the bottom halves, it's quite easy. So that's quite good. What's my favourite champions from NLW history? From all 6 of my championships, favourite has to be AJ Styles because I built him up from a mid-carder to a main eventer, and he wasn't even in WWE at the time where he won Money in the Bank, I think. Yeah, he must have been in like New Japan TNA at the time, and I kind of built him up over that time, and then he became this big main eventer, and he had this long title reign, and I'm very proud of cementing AJ Styles. I wish I kind of continued his momentum rather than put him back in the mid-card, but it is what it is. But AJ Styles definitely is NLW champion. Is John Cena a part-timer in my pick, Fred, just like IRL? He's not a part-timer. At the moment, he's injured because he was taken out by Adam Cole. So he will come back, I can promise you that. However, yeah. I'm just watching The Rock pound Stone Cold Steve Austin at the moment. Once again, if you just joined, I'm at 3 hours 22 minutes on WrestleMania 17 watching Austin versus Rock. If you want to join in, they're kind of battling by the crowd barrier at the moment. Yeah, so AJ Styles is my favourite champion from NLW history, and John Cena as a part-timer. He's not a part-timer, he's just injured at the moment. Stage Creator, I think he's got some good videos. It was kind of a shame to see him kind of trash pick feds a couple of weeks ago. You know, maybe whether you heard about that or not, I think that's a bit out of order, but like I can understand if you're kind of trying to defend yourself against criticism. I think he's got good content. I just think maybe just be a little bit more respectful about the other pick fed community, especially because he's got a lot of fans, I think, that do pick fed. So I don't know. It's kind of disheartening to see that he thinks it takes no effort or whatever. But that's just all drama that's in the past. It's in the past now. Like he can move on, do his thing, and I think he's doing well. I think a lot of people are doing well in the community, and that's the most important thing in terms of that. Oh yeah, Moxley and Eddie Kingston. This is the sweet DMs. These are the sweet DMs that Moxley's been sending Eddie Kingston. How romantic. Because of PG, WWE, they fine you. They kind of fine you these days. It's not as bad because they've got more blood now. They're more kind of lenient with it, I think, than they used to be. So I don't think they fine you as much as they did in the proper like PG era. It's because WSC only does hardcore matches. I think just like I don't know what the drama was. I don't really want to bring it up again. I think there was stuff about him just being like saying that pig feds take no effort. I think that was quite mean to say. Even though I think, look, at the end of the day, like everyone who does pig fed puts effort into it. You can't say that you can't kind of dismiss anyone because I think that there's a lot of great content out there, that everyone should watch, and I think the stuff he said as well was kind of like, oh, Austin's giving the bird to The Rock. The stuff he said kind of, I don't know, just a little bit disrespectful, just in terms of like, he's got quite an influence. I think to say that pig feds aren't any good is quite an irresponsible thing to say, because then it kind of means that no one's going to watch the other people's work. I don't know, maybe that's just, I don't like getting into like kind of deep opinions like that, because I'm not quite sure. I don't know. All I'll say is he does great work, but you know, just maybe should be a little bit more respectful. That's all. But that's in the past. How do you feel about the NLW X Division growing as it did? Yeah, I think the X Division stuff has it's got quite a. Oh no, it's all right, man. There's quite a good range of people there. Because now it's much more high flying, as before it was quite a technical division. But I'm glad to see how it's spawned a new sort of what's the word? I don't know. I'm stumped. I'm just watching this match, and they're so bloody. It's a far cry from anything you see now on WWE these days. And by the way, watching WrestleMania 17, 3 hours 26 minutes in. But yeah, the X Division, I want to do more of it. Do more like maybe X Division exclusive stuff, some more turbo matches, and things of that nature. I think that'd be quite cool to do. But yeah, like I've got some big plans for the X Division moving forward that I think you'll really enjoy. And there's some big storylines, some main event storylines as well with the X Division that I'm looking forward to seeing. So Austin at the moment, he's bleeding so much. He's got the sharpshooter on, and The Rock, just with the blood in his teeth. This is such like an iconic shot. Damn, JR is so good on commentary, and he's just lost it now with AEW. I guess that's just age and not being as in tune with the product, maybe. But it's such a shame, like the hype that this kind of show had. I really want them to capitalise on it again. Have I seen Suplex Network's video on Things Animated Never Say? Yes, I have. I thought it was bang on, like the stuff he was saying, and I feel the pain that he goes through. I think he's like, yeah, he's got a lot of good content. I think his stuff's really good. So if you've not checked out Suplex Network, do go and sub to him. I think he's got some really good animations going there, and I can tell he puts a lot of thought and effort into his stuff. So, you know, and that video was really funny. It made me chuckle, and it made me kind of it made me feel a little bit better in a way, because I was like, oh, he was saying stuff like Things Animators Never Say, which was like, oh god, these figures fell over like this. I'm so happy that I get to like have to reshoot this entire thing. My back feels great. Yeah, my back feels great today, and I'm just like, oh man, he feels the pain. He feels the pain. I love it, and he's a positive. Yeah, I think he's a good guy, and I enjoyed he suggested the series last year, which was like a fantasy draft thing between me and him, and all the credit goes to him, and it did really well. So, like, immense thank you to Suplex Network. He's a good guy. Go sub to him. The greatest WrestleMania of all time? Yeah, this is certainly the greatest WrestleMania of all time. Like, yeah, my favourite. I know people say, kind of argue like maybe 22, 19, but this is my favourite just in terms of hype and kind of pomp and circumstances whatsoever. Thank you for loving the Kurt Angle John Moxley storyline. David likes stuff. The match is tomorrow, by the way. If you just joined, John Moxley versus Kurt Angle will be tomorrow. Yeah, I forgot how much stuff was in this match. I remember it being like just punch kick, but there's so many like cool kind of maneuvers and callbacks, like the $1 Million Dream and stuff like this. Yeah, Mania 17 had everything. It had like so much variety, and that's what I wanted to have. That's what I kind of strive to have in my shows. And I think wrestling nowadays is kind of lacking that. It seems like every match is the same. I think you can kind of argue that in NXT as well. Every match is like booked the exact same way, and that's what kind of puts me off it. AEW to an extent as well, but I think they strike a balance a little bit more. So, yeah. Sting with the Deathlock. Like when he put that on, that was great. And the callback to Mania 13 with the blood over his face. If you're just watching right now, I'm at like 3 hours 29 of WrestleMania 17. If you want to watch, there's like 15 minutes left. I might watch something after this. I don't know. Yeah, sexy John Moxley. That's his new gimmick. Oh yeah, Logan Paul getting stunned. To be fair, like, I didn't think it was too bad. I thought the Jake Paul Ben Askren fight was a complete sham, but then again, I kind of expected that to happen. I wasn't expecting it to be anything more than Ben just kind of taking the money, which I don't blame him for, kind of taking that bag and getting some cash out of it. Might as well, but it was kind of pathetic, a little bit. Oh, here we go, big man Vince coming down to the ring at the moment at WrestleMania 17. He's doing his strut. He alluded to it earlier, and it's kind of like, it's really weird how they did the heel turn in Austin's hometown, but I don't know. Wrestling hasn't been the same since the PG era. Oh, nah. I think, like, the first part of the PG era, like, 2008 to 09 wasn't terrible, and then, like, late 2009 through to, like, 2014, I want to say, or 2013, I'll say, was absolutely terrible. And then, like, 2016 was when I think WWE became a lot better, and that might be a controversial opinion, but I think the 2016 WWE was so good, and they had so many, like, injuries and things, but you had NXT, the debut of 205 Live, and, like, SmackDown Live as well was so good. And then it kind of went off a cliff again in, like, 2017. It was all right in 2018, I think, but now recently, I think the product is really not great at all. And I try and watch the pay-per-views, because I didn't watch many pay-per-views in 2020. But now, like, I don't know. What's the original plan for Austin's Stomach Manor at Mayface? I feel like that would have been a better ending than we got, because I know that the Austin heel turn turned a lot of fans away. And when you got WCW and ECW closing down, that's not really what you want. At least we've got a lot of options nowadays, even pandemic withstanding. I thought it was respectable to have Brody retire in your third. Yeah, about Brody Lee as well. Yeah, he's retired in NLW at the moment now. Obviously because of his passing. I'm McMahon's screwing with the match at the moment. But yeah, with Brody, I filmed the match before his passing, and then he was going to continue on his title reign, have a bunch of matches against guys, and I hadn't filmed that stuff yet, but sadly, obviously, what happened, and I thought about maybe closing it off another way, but I thought, he won the title, and I was planning this big push for him. I thought maybe I filmed that little segment with him and Jake after the fact, and then I retired the guy, and now the hardcore title's vacant again. But yeah, man, that gutted me. And I kind of thought about maybe continuing having him as a character in the Fed, but I thought that I don't know, it's just too sad. Like, I didn't want to kind of be reminded of it all the time, so that's why I retired him. But at least I kind of did it in a respectful way. So, and that was like that wrestler. That was kind of like that was on the level of like Eddie. For me, that Eddie Benoit kind of thing, that shock and that kind of sadness that you have. Obviously Benoit did horrible things and stuff, but yeah, just that kind of like initial shock. It was on that kind of level, and yeah, just gutted, because he was legit one of my favourite wrestlers, and I was so happy to see him in AEW, and I wanted him to be. I know it sounds silly, but I wanted him to be WWE champion, especially like 2017 stuff, and I was so into the guy. Like, yeah, so that was a horrible situation, but it's kind of comforting to see how well his family's been treated in AEW, and you've got -1 being like a regular kind of character on the show. I think it's lovely. So at least some, positive can come out of such a horrible situation. And that dog collar match was, the dog collar match on the Ungovernable, but that one with his last match against Cody, I remember loving it at the time. And I was like, I can't wait for him to come back. But yeah. Right now at WrestleMania 17, where we're at, we got Vince McMahon smashing The Rock in the head with a chair, and now going in for the cover. I didn't really fully process it as a kid, and I probably watched it a couple of years after the fact, because I probably started watching wrestling like probably like 5 years after WrestleMania 17. So when I first saw the match, I was like, I didn't really completely understand it. But yeah, man, I don't know. The Adam Page stuff in my Fed, yeah, I like doing that. I want to do more with Adam Page. I want to do more Cody Rhodes. Hopefully, they get a little bit more screen time on Metal in the future. And by the way, Metal, I've got some big main events planned for the next few episodes after Ungovernable, so do check those out. I won't spoil the result of Moxley and Angle or the Elimination Chamber, but let's just say they're quite explosive matches. Oh, bottom by The Rock. Just took out Stone Cold Steve Austin. And McMahon is distracting El Hebner. Who do I think will win the winner-take-all match at Impact Rebellion? Omega or Swan? I have no doubt that Omega's going to win that one, which is a bit of a shame, but it's really obvious to predict. I don't think that Impact has benefited as much as AEW has. Like they get the Good Brothers and Stunner from Stone Cold. What a sell! What a brilliant sell by The Rock. This is the one where he like flips up and over and he kicks out. Good grief! What a flipping mania, man! This is so sick. So cool. Yeah, so I don't think Omega is going to lose to Rich Swann. I think Omega's going to take the title, and hopefully it improves Impact, because the episode I saw wasn't very good. Well, apart from the main event, which was like Sami Callihan versus Trey Miguel, that was quite good. So maybe I need to catch it on a better day, but it's not as good as it used to be, that's all. Jake Paul, man. He's such a prick. I think he'll... yeah, I think... The thing is, he's not going to get out. He's not going to get knocked out by a real professional boxer, because he's not going to pick those fights. He's picking the guys like Ben Askren, who will take the payday and won't challenge him really. I think he'll take fights that he'll know he can win, because it's the boxing game, I guess. You build it up, but it is what it is. It's go away heat for me. Like, I'm not interested in seeing him fight or get knocked out, because I know he's trying to play up to being this real life heel, but it's not something that interests me, because it is what it is. So yeah, Austin is battering The Rock with a chair. I think this is a pretty cool end to WrestleMania, just to have him get battering The Rock, and now 1, 2, 3, and he's pinned The Rock, and we've got a new champ. Austin's the new champion here. So he's that was such a cool match, though. It definitely holds up as being like a big main event of WrestleMania. So he's the champion. He's kind of aligned with Vince, and they're looking each other in the eye. He's covered in blood. Oh damn! Such a cool visual. I mean, it's a shame his heel turn, all things considered, was pretty good. But I know that when the invasion came around, I think he should have stayed face. That's just my opinion. Thoughts on stage creator? Yeah, as I said, I think he puts in more effort than people give him credit for. There was some beef earlier, but yeah, I think at the end of the day, I think his stuff is good. That's all there is to it. I think it just needs to be a little bit more respectful of how he talks about other creators, and not be so. Maybe there's a little bit of arrogance there, but I guess if you're people get quite passionate about what they make, and that's understandable. So I can see both sides of it. So it is what it is. Yeah, that's hella sick. Yeah, you play with your figs. That is what they're made for. Exactly. I remember all my figs when I was a kid just being absolutely battered, because I probably remember recreating this match here in figure form, and I remember just breaking. I've probably broken 2 Jeff Hardy Attitude Era figures just by how I've thrown them off of them. Until I threw my Jeff Hardy out of a window when I was a kid with my mate, just to like practicing like a swanton. I was like, I wonder if I throw my Jeff Hardy figure out my bedroom, and he just shattered into pieces, which was horrible, and broke it. And then I got another one, and I did the same thing. But yeah, so I love those Jax figures. The Jax figures are much more durable than the new ones. Hello, okay, and JR, he's furious with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Damn, that was a good match. Um, is there another match you guys want me to watch? Just like, um, until for like half hour, anything? Let me know in the chat if there's any other matches you want me to watch. Because I'll watch, I might watch another one and then kind of call it a day. We'll see. But yeah. Would I ever move to the United States? I'm not sure. I think it depends. I think I'm happy. I'm happy here in the UK at the moment. How things are. Obviously, things are quite unpredictable. Hardy Edge Triple H Armageddon. That's a good one. Any other suggestions? But yeah, like I've I don't know if I'll move to the US just because I'm quite content here, and it's where my family is and whatnot. And the Boneyard match, I've probably seen I would watch the Boneyard match. I do like it a lot, but I've just seen it so many times in the past year. I watched it like over and over again. It's definitely one of my favourite matches of 2020. But I don't know if I feel like I watched it. Survivor Series 2019. Ooh. What matches are on that? I remember there were some that were quite disappointing, but I think the big blow off one was like the 5-on-5-on-5 was quite good. Cena JBL Judgment Day, that's good. That's a decent shout actually. I do want to watch more Ruthless Aggression stuff. I might do like a spreadsheet of matches that I watch at some point. But we'll see. I went to the US. I've been twice. So I went. Benoit Michaels Triple H. There we go. We've got it. That's the one. I've been waiting to watch that match for a while. Yeah. Okay. Like as soon as you said that, I was like, damn, we got some Ruthless Aggression energy going. Yeah. WrestleMania 20 main event. We'll do that one now. We'll stick with the WrestleMania 20 theme. Well, we'll stick with the WrestleMania main event theme here. And then maybe I'll do some of the other matches in another live stream perhaps, or maybe later. We'll see. But yeah, we'll if you want to put on WrestleMania 20, we'll do a watch along with that because there's still elements of the Attitude Era here. Obviously, it's not as defined. So we'll watch Benoit versus Triple H versus Shawn Michaels. Which on the network is a picture of Triple H and Shawn Michaels and a caption that says Triple Threat Match World Heavyweight Title. So, that's a decent one. Right, so if you want to watch along with me and get up WrestleMania 20, they did have another match. They had one at Backlash, Benoit Michaels and Triple H. It was like the Backlash after. It wasn't as good as the WrestleMania one, from what I remember though. Eddie vs Angle was really good. Yeah, that's true. I'll watch Benoit. I'll watch the main event because it's like half an hour, and then maybe it can like run out the stream then. So yeah, if you want to get out WrestleMania 20, click on the world title match. It's 3 hours 53 minutes in. And we'll click play, and then I'll tell you where it is as we go along. Would I come to WrestleMania would I go to WrestleMania in the US? Would I come to the US to go to WrestleMania rather? Yeah, I would. I think. I went to SummerSlam 2017, and that was main evented by like New York, and that was main evented by the Roman, Brock, Samoa Joe, Braun Strowman match. And I remember that the crowd was so hot for that. I hated the beach ball stuff, especially being in attendance. I was like front row. So if you can guess which person I am in front first few rows, then that's my face reveal. Like you can see me in the broadcast of SummerSlam 2017 if you look hard enough. But you have to guess who I am. Yeah, so you got HBK coming out now if you're watching WrestleMania 20. So if you just come, WrestleMania 20 is what we're watching at the moment, the main event. Michaels, Benoit and Triple H, and it's 3 hours 54 minutes in. Yeah, and I also came to the US. I went to New Orleans for WrestleMania 34. One of the best experiences of my life. And yeah, man, that was such a cool Mania. Like, obviously on TV, it probably didn't come across as that good. And I remember by the time the main event came around, I think it was like shortly after AJ versus Nakamura, where I was like, this show's been going on for so long and I want to go home. Like the Braun stuff with Nicholas and the kid, I was like, it was so bad it was good. It was kind of funny in a way. And then like Roman and Brock, they just traded finishes, and everyone in the crowd, I could just sense like it wasn't like we were unhappy. It was just like, I remember just being like exhausted and just being like, damn, this show is so long. I'm sick of it at the moment. I just want to go home. Let's get it over with. And everyone thought Roman was winning, I guess, and then Brock won, and it was like, oh, so what's the point? I don't know. But yeah, that was a sour way to end WrestleMania. And although Roman won at this WrestleMania, it wasn't as sour because it's part of the bigger picture. And the main event was one of the best WrestleMania main events since like I want to say the best Mania main event since WrestleMania 30 was the triple threat of this year's. So, and yeah, Styles as Nakamura was not as good. I remember being in the crowd, and I was with my brother, and we were watching it, and it felt like it was starting to get to that point where it was like the Wrestle Kingdom match. It was starting to get to that point where it was like, sort of, it was building to something like a Japanese match would do, and then he went for the Kinshasa. Styles hit the Styles Clash, and everyone was kind of on their arse a little bit because they were thinking, oh, it's gonna build to. By the way, this Triple H, this is a weird look for him, like clean shaven. I don't know. I'm not vibing with it. I prefer like the handlebar mustache for Triple H, but that's just me. And if you're just joining as well, it will start watching WrestleMania. We're like 3 hours 57 minutes in. And so, yeah, like I remember just like he hit the Stars Clash when we were at Mania against Nakamura, and everyone was expecting him to kick out, and then he just didn't, and he stayed down, and everyone was like, there wasn't even kind of a reaction. It was just like, oh, that sucks. And I think the general consensus was, well, maybe they're saving, especially with like the low blow and the heel turn from Nakamura. That was kind of like a big pop moment. Like, oh my god, because we were expecting something bigger to happen down the line, and that was like probably one of the better matches they had, apart from the Last Man Standing they had at like Money in the Bank, something like that. Yeah, but yeah, I remember that Mania. I'll go through some more of these chats. Would I do a face reveal? Maybe at 50k if I ever get there. I mean, it's unlikely, but we'll see. We'll see in time. But I maybe in future, maybe like a big milestone. But for now, I'm happy keeping the kind of air of mystery about me. I think that's what makes my kind of presence a little bit mysterious there. So all you're gonna get is sexy John Moxley staring at you there. Yeah. So at the moment at WrestleMania, he's holding up the title. He's all held there, and we're about to start. And they're staring at each other. This is one of my favourite matches ever, by the way. And this is what I base a lot of my writing on, is this match. Like, if I ever do a triple threat, I'll always go back to this one and watch it, because it's one of the better ones they've ever done. I won't start seeing us JBL without you, man. Thank you for joining. And thanks for everyone joining at the moment. We're still watching Benoit, Triple H and Michaels. I might watch that match at another time. I'll do like one where I like just watch a bunch of matches. But I think this is a good trial. See, like I'll watch along style thing. Yeah. And yeah, Moxie won the tag titles with Rollins at the SummerSlam I went to. And that was the match with the Beach Ball, and Cesaro came into the crowd, and I actually met the bar. I met Cesaro and Sheamus, and I got my picture taken with them that weekend because I got like a travel package thing. And that was really cool. They were really fun to talk to. Obviously, I was quite nervous, so I was just like, "Oh, hello, Cesaro, Sheamus," and they had the tag titles with them. But that was a cool memory, cool moment. And we were part of the travel package. Actually, I've never splurged on anything like that before, but it was like a VIP thing, and we got to meet a bunch of wrestlers like Mike Bennett, Maria, and Becky Lynch as well. Got to meet her. and all I could say was hello, and she was like, oh, you're right, and I was like, oh shit, I don't know what I don't know what to say to these people, but yeah, man, like it was it's quite a surreal experience. Oh, Benoit, he's trying to lift Michaels here, and he's trying to bridge. Damn. I remember the tribute episode that they did for Benoit, because I was just a kid, and I recorded Raw the night before because it was like the night after Vengeance, and I recorded Raw, and I was like, I'll try and watch a little bit during breakfast, and I was with my parents in my dining room just watching it on, because I used to record it on like a VHS tape, so I just put Raw in, not expecting anything. And this is before the times where I would be checking the dirt sheets and stuff, because I was just like a kid, and it said Chris Benoit, memory of, and I was like, oh, what? And my mum was like shocked as well. This is like, well, what's this about? And I was like, I have no idea. And then he said he died, and I was like, I don't know. I was in shock. And then the whole episode was like a tribute to Benoit and all of his best matches, and I was like, yo. And I'd never seen all of this stuff before, because I was quite a fairly new fan back in 2007. But I was like a fan of Benoit. Like I had his figure that I bought like a 2 months before. But yeah, and they showed this match and like how emotional it was, and it's a shame it gets kind of swept under the rug. I mean, it's understandable, but it's such a good example of how a triple threat can be done well, and I think this is like the prototype that WWE went to, particularly like for the Daniel Bryan Mania 30 thing, that they kind of copied in a way, not copied outright, but like the way that it was structured with like the underdog and the two veterans. But yeah, man, that was sick. Let's have a look. Mania 40, they should have Gargano, Rollins, and Reigns. Yeah, I've kind of soured on not soured on Gargano, but I think the heel character has kind of derailed a lot of the momentum he had. Not that if he'd gone onto the main roster he would have had that momentum, because you know what they do with NXT lads. They kind of oh, this is a good spot here at Mania 20. If you're watching it, by the way, if you want to put on WrestleMania 20, I'm 4 hours 2 minutes in. Shawn Michaels is climbed to the top rope, and I don't remember him doing this early. Massive moonsault. Damn. Big moonsault from Shawn Michaels. So yeah, if you want to watch WrestleMania 20 with me, I'm on 4 hours 2 minutes in the main event. So if you want to watch along with me, then you can do. But yeah, like Benoit gets driven into the apron, and then Michaels drop kicks them both down. That's pretty cool. And yeah, so about Gargano, like I like him. I just feel like I've seen so many of his matches now that I'm kind of used to the formula. And the one against Bronson Reed as well, for instance, I was like, it's objectively good, but I've just seen the formula play out so many times. I don't know, but I think he's got a future. I think he's a good guy. I wish his matches against Andrade as well, and like such a strong babyface, man. I think the heel turn is decent. It kind of keeps him fresh, but at this point, there's been so many face heel turns with him. I'm not too sure on him. But I think another Rollins Reigns rivalry would be good. Are you sure I was at SummerSlam 2019? I was at SummerSlam 2017. I was, yeah, SummerSlam 2017 and WrestleMania 34. Yeah, it was 2017. It was a while back. Hello, Just Eli. Welcome back. Yeah, it's crazy to me as well how NLW's grown from the first episode. And thank you for watching since WrestleMania 1. Like, it's insane to me how people have been watching for so long, because it's just like, I don't know. It's been like what, 7 years, and it's kind of weird how people say I was a kid when I watched, and now I'm like an adult almost. It's really weird, because I started NLW when I was a kid, and now I'm like a man, and it's weird, you know. I'm kind of talking to not the next generation, because we're all kind of in the same generation, Gen Z, innit? But it's still weird to see how, like, I'm sure there's people in my audience who may not even have been born when NLW started, and that's kind of maddening to think that they're like. I mean, obviously you shouldn't have YouTube accounts because you're too young, but even if you do, it is what it is. Like it's really weird how time works. I don't know, but yeah, it's just a mad thing how NLW has grown to such an extent, and I'm very happy with how we are now, and the fans that are watching this live stream now, and just anyone who like comments and stuff. And that's another thing I will say, like, if you do like the video every time, and if you do leave like a comment, I appreciate it so much. Both in terms of like it helps get the channel out there. Like the more you comment, the more that YouTube pushes it out and recommends it to other people to watch. So it's quite a good thing if you comment on every video, you know. And even if it's just something as simple as good video or something like that, it helps a lot. So I really appreciate it if you do that. But I'm grateful for it. And yeah, like just getting out there and stuff. But yeah, like I don't know, not to get soppy about anything, but I'm glad that I've got such a I'm glad I've got such a supportive group of people who watch. You know. Benoit's delivering some Germans to Triple H at the moment. Michael's been taken out. I'm waiting for the spot where Michaels gets covered in blood, because there's a spot where I remember this match being so bloody because it came out as like an 18 on DVD. I sold it since, and because I've got the network, but now with the Peacock deal, I'm a bit iffy about selling all my DVD collection. We'll see. I'm waiting for the blade job, the infamous blade job in this one, because it was a very bloody match. I remember the canvas was covered in blood. If you want to watch WrestleMania 20 with me, we're at like 4 hours 6 minutes in. 12 when you start to watch it, man. That's sick. Hang on. Yeah, so you'd be like, what, you're 21 now? That's mad. Yeah, I was like 13, 14-ish when I started NLW. And for that age, I feel like it should have been better. Like when I look back, I'm like, some of the kids doing the stop motion and stuff that are the age when I started at are far above me. And like I'm sure like PTW, like your animations are probably better than when I started as well. Like you're probably the same age as me, you know, like stuff like that. It's just, I don't know, the talent level of some of you guys is vastly better than me. And yeah, man, like I'm glad that there's some of you who are like near my age, like 20-ish. That's kind of my age range, is like you know, starting watching wrestling like 2006, 2007, that kind of era. Because I know a lot of people are quite new and they maybe not have watched the wrestling as long, but that's not too bad. I don't like when people try and gatekeep online, because you know we're all a new fan at some point. You know, it's like what you like, and don't be a dick about it, really. Oh, the crowd is so good here. It'd be cool if they did it from Madison Square Garden again. I like the small venue that they've got here for Mania. I think, although it is a smaller stadium, I think Madison Square Garden has kind of a different feel about it. I don't know how to explain it. And now he's trying to fight the crossface. And by the way, it must be, I'm sure it's kind of surreal to hear me talk about this WrestleMania main event while Moxley does a sexy pose. I don't know how to quite change it a little bit. So Michael's just broken it up. But yeah, like, yeah, it's good to see people that kind of in my. I'll tell you why Mox is like that, because he's chilling. He's chilling watching some wrestling with me. And if you're new, we're watching WrestleMania 20, the main event. We're 4 hours 9 minutes in. If you wanna watch along with me, there's 20 minutes left of the show. He's teasing you. Hello GSD and AEOW as well. Everyone who's just joined. We're watching WrestleMania 20. 4 hours 9 minutes in. We're watching Benoit, Michaels, and Triple H. One of my favourite matches ever. Yeah, to be fair, like PTW, everyone's awful when they start. I was, and I think I had like a few weeks ago. I was like, damn, should I just like take these old shows down? Because I was like, I don't know. I was just like kind of thinking, they're naff. But now that I look on it, I think not that it's inspirational, but you can. It's good to see the progression of someone as they go along, because I don't want to put out this prediction that NLW was always perfect, and it's not perfect now. Like, I'm still making improvements to it, and I'm trying to get it better, because there's still like the animation is nowhere near as good as it could be, and I'm kind of self-aware about that, and it's kind of I'm self-conscious about it. I want it to be better. I want it to get better, but hopefully, it does in the future. But yeah, so everyone's bad when they first start out, and Armando Estrada, like I've cemented him with NLW. One day, I hope that Armando Estrada can watch NLW and relate himself to me, but that's a dream. It's a pipe dream. Oh, that Unbreakable match was so good. Like AJ Daniels and Joe. Worst wrestling match I've ever seen. I remember there was one match I saw live, which I was like, I hate this. I hate it so much. I didn't like. This isn't a bad wrestling match by any means, but Reigns versus Lesnar, the main event of WrestleMania 34, just based on being so tired of basically tired in the arena, thinking that it was going to be predictable that Reigns was going to win, and I could at least put up with it. I wouldn't have booed. I would just been like, okay, well done. And this was back when Reigns was like a bland babyface, and Michael's tuning up the band here at WrestleMania at the moment. But I don't know what the worst wrestling match I've ever seen is. There's been some bad ones, but I'm trying to think of a match that made me so like offended as a fan. I'm not quite sure. I remember we were forced to watch. Here's a story. Here's an interesting story. Second ever wrestling event I went to. It was a house show in Birmingham, England. It was 2013. This was around the time of the Yes Movement, right? Okay. This is when Daniel Bryan had just been taken out of the WWE title picture, and in all the promotional material leading up to the event, we were expecting Randy Orton versus Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship. At the start of the show, they have, on the Titantron, they have tweets from the people in the arena saying, I can't wait to see such and such. And they said, you're not a Daniel Bryan fan, are you? Well, basically, I was a massive Daniel Bryan fan back in the day, and even if I wasn't, right, you'll bear with me with this story, right? Right, on the screen, right, we're at House Show 2013, like kind of the summertime. Bryan had just lost the title to Randy Orton, and he was kind of being pushed. And we were expecting to see Randy Orton versus Daniel Bryan in the main event. On the screen, they show a tweet that says, "Can't wait to see Daniel Bryan compete tonight." And I had a feeling, right? I had a feeling that Daniel Bryan was not going to be there because he was starting a feud with Riot Family on TV. But this was a house show, so I thought, hey, maybe he is here. And then, basically the night goes on, and it's a bit of a naff card. I think that it was a naff card. Like, I don't think it was that bad, but it was like, this is an iconic spot, by the way, at WrestleMania 20 when Triple H is stopping Shawn Michaels from tapping out, and now Michaels is bleeding. I actually love that Mania 30 match, but that's just me. But yeah, anyway, yeah, about this house show that I went to, so the night goes on. There was a good match between the Rhodes Brothers and the Shield, which is probably my favourite match of the night, and a triple threat match with Ambrose, Big E, and Ziggler, which was decent. And then the main event comes. Randy Orton comes out, right? He's the WWE champion, and then everyone is chanting Daniel Bryan, yes, 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 and then the Big Show's music hits, and the Big Show comes out, and everyone is so deflated, and we're just like, well, this was not what we were advertised. And it would have been one thing had you said like, okay, I'm telling you now, it's going to be the Big Show versus Randy Orton from the start of the show. Like, say at the start, your main event is, well, my network's messed up. me? Are you serious, bro? Is the chat still working? Can you hear me? Type sexy mocks if you can hear me. I think my internet cut out. Ah, thank you. Yeah, my internet cut out. So it wasn't just Moxley that felt the brunt of that, and my light turned off as well. Hold up. I'm lighting this with like a cat lamp. Anyway, you can. It's after hours now. I'll keep sexy Mox on screen. He's in the dark, but we'll see. I think my internet must have just cut out, which kind of is a bit shit, but it is what it is. I'll refresh this, my chat. Here we go. Okay, right. I'll finish my story. Damn, I missed. Let everyone. No, right. Keep coming back. My chat is fine. Everything's fine. Okay. That was the worst time for it to cut out. So, what was I talking about? Yeah, Big Show comes out. I wish they just said at the start of the show, the main event's going to be Randy Orton versus the Big Show. Instead, they teased us throughout the night and saying, kind of teasing that Bryan was going to be there, and he wasn't. And then everyone just booed the match. It wasn't a very good match as well, to be fair. It was the same bad one that they had at Survivor Series, and I was just like, oh damn, mad. I wish that it was just a bit of a cop out. Like the company at the time did not anticipate that Danny Bryan was that big of a deal, and they didn't think they kind of didn't respect him. I guess it is what it is, and yeah. But anyway, I like him, and that's it. It is what it is. I think that Bryan, I think he helped the WrestleMania main event this year, even though he didn't. What's the word? He said his heart wasn't in it, which is quite kind of sad, but it is what it is. And you won't find me at SummerSlam 2017. I'm not going to tell you who I am. Let's get the numbers back. I'm sorry that everyone left because of my bad internet. And I've had a WrestleMania 20 up as well. I'll try and get it back up, just briefly. That is so annoying. Because it cut out my network as well. We'll refresh it if you're watching it with me. And I'll try and get it back to where it was. I have no idea where I was. Was there, I mean, you might not be, but is anyone watching WrestleMania 20? Where are you at with it? What's the timestamp on it? And yeah, GSD, if you like, you wanted Batista to win more than that, that's fair. Like, I remember being really excited. I remember a comment that I saw on one of my videos back in the day, and I was really excited to see Batista back, and they just kind of botched it, I would say. But yeah, I think they should have treated Batista better, because they didn't know what they had with him, because he was such a good heel as well when he was actually when they actually used what he wanted. 418 on the match, oh yeah. Alright, awesome, thank you. I'll try and get back to that place. So, they're all kind of down on the mat at the moment, are they? They're all bloody, and they're kind of writhing around, and that's kind of the area we're in now, yeah? You won't be able to find me at SummerSlam 2017. I'm off the grid, so to speak. I'm not going to tell you who I am, but just know, at some certain points in the show, you will be able to see my face. So, you'll have to guess which one I am. And I think that's a little bit... And also because I'm I'm not that young. But yeah. Damn, Triple H is bleeding so much. I remember back in the day, in these Ruthless Aggression shows, they just used to... Oh no, worst wrestling match, yes, definitely Taker Goldberg. That's it. That's the one. So yeah, if you want to watch WrestleMania 20 with me, I'm at 4 hours, 20 minutes in. I'm sure my face has been on show in a stream before. Um, but like, I still like to keep it quite on the down low. You know, so because I want to like when I do finally show my face, I want it to be a big deal. So I try and keep my face off stream. I probably dip my beard in a lot. And yeah, like the blood in the Ruthless Aggression era was so kind of obscene in a way. Like I'm glad now that they do it kind of sparingly because they do it in WWE sometimes, but it's it's kind of earned. Like I know that Undertaker bladed in a match in Hell in a Cell with Brock Lesnar like 2015, and it's more impactful. I remember back in the day, everyone just bled all the time. It's kind of expected. I think now it is good because it's more shocking. You know, I think that's good. I think they went. Oh, what a super kick from Shawn Michaels! Good grief. This is such a good match. I mean, it's kind of gross to see them just covered in blood like that, but I don't know. It was a different time, man. It was Ruthless Aggression. But nah, like the crimson mask on Michaels is gross. Like, yeah, the thigh slapping thing. I don't know about that. It's so weird. Like Shawn Michaels has done it. Look, but then again, I think there's an argument to be made that Shawn Michaels is better at doing the super kick than anyone. Like, I know people rag on the Young Bucks for misusing the super kick and stuff, but I think that people have misused the super kick before the Young Bucks, so I don't think they can be completely to blame for that. And anyway, even like the DDT as well used to be a big move, and now it's a regular move. I think it's just the evolution of the business. I think at the end of the day, like the super kick from Shawn Michaels is better than the one from the Young Bucks anyway, and you can make that decision in your mind, you know. Yeah, and the fly slapping stuff it is quite indie. You could see there that Shawn Michaels did it, but he didn't do it in an over the top way where he like went bam like that, you know. Did I miss the point where they went through the announce table? Was that when I cut out? It must have been because I feel like this is the finish, isn't it? Yeah, it is the finish, isn't it? When he's got the crossface on. Oh fuck! I missed the table spot. Oh well. Yeah, but the fly slapping is quite indie. It's quite cheap. I mean, I'm kind of at the point where, because I've watched a lot of like the PWG kind of stuff, I'm kind of used to it. So it doesn't bother me as much as it maybe bothers other people. Like, I'm just kind of, I can suspend my disbelief enough to kind of go with it. And people are good at like I think Adam Cole is one of the guys who makes it quite obvious that he's fire slapping. Shawn Michaels not so much, and guys like I know Matt Riddle maybe does it a little bit when he's doing his knees, but he's quite good with it. Yeah, so the double suplex I missed. So he's got the crossface on. I know this shot. This is the bit where he's about to lose. Yeah, I like the fire slapping stuff. It is alright. Favorite action figure of all time. Hey, he's tapping out. Madman Ben Warry wins. This is a horrible moment though. I don't like watching this bit back because it's like, doesn't he bring his family in the ring and stuff? Surely they've edited that off. I know he hugs Benoit and stuff. Yeah, he hugs Eddie. Yeah, I'm glad they don't show the family in the ring and stuff. That's a bit too far, a bit too upsetting. But yeah, great match, so good. This was a good Mania. I mean, the matches that were good were good. There was way too much filler. Like it's going on for like 4 hours 30. That's too long. But a fantastic main event. Favorite action figure of all time, probably. Do you guys want to see me watch another match? It's up to you. I might watch like a quick one maybe, and then call it a day. We'll see. But yeah, I can watch another one. I don't mind. I'll watch that one. I would watch TLC, but I watched it quite recently. That's the shame. That's the thing. So I would watch WrestleMania 17, but I watched that match quite recently. Have you got another one that you want to watch? not sure. By the way, I absolutely love that. That's quite an interesting one. Matt Riddle and Ono. Oh wait, no, wait. That's the one where isn't that the one where he just like wins it in 7 seconds? That's a perfect match. That's my kind of leg because the Matt Riddle the one from War Games is the one where he wins in like 7 seconds. Take a Hell in a Cell. Maybe that is a good one. Hardy versus Edge, Unforgiven. Hold on, that's actually a good one. I like the Ruthless Aggression theme we got going. I'm just typing in to see how long that match was because I don't want to watch one that's too long. I know that the Hell in a Cell is quite a long, kind of drawn out match, and I'm not as keen on it as a lot of people are. Maybe I might see it too many times. How long's the Matt Hardy? 20 minutes. Hardy Edge, yeah. Matt Hardy Edge Unforgiven 2005. Right, I'll get it up. I'll get it up on the network. It's a good 20-minute match. Favorite figure from AEW and WWE. Sorry, man. Yeah, I would say my favorite one is the new Edge they brought out, like the Elite 83, is quite good, and I also like the new Kenny Omega one that they've brought out. I think it's quite good too. Where is Unforgiven 2005 on here? I can't find it. I typed it. Oh, here we go. Right, get Unforgiven 2005 up, everyone, and we'll watch Matt Hardy versus Edge. Let me get to the match. I see ZZ Top there for some reason. Matt Hardy versus Edge. Here we go. I'm just going to start this match from like where it begins. I'm going to skip the entrances, I think. But that stage is cool. So I'll start the thing at like 1 hour 10 minutes for Unforgiven 2005 because I'll skip the entrances. I'll just watch the match. So yeah, 1 hour 10 minutes, like 40 seconds. 1 hour 11 minutes, let's say. Here we go. Let's start. This is the attire that they based that basic off, isn't it? Yeah, definitely. Isn't this attire in like basic form as well, like the black on the red type thing? That's quite good. So yeah, put on Unforgiven 2005. We're at 1 hour 11 minutes. I'm watching Edge versus Matt Hardy in a steel cage. I remember loving this match, but I do remember that spot where Matt Hardy came off the cage and just broke his ass because he just came off the top, and that's why it's like spine fused together. Anything fun coming up for me? GSD? Yeah. Is there anything in real life doing anything special? But you're in the UK, so you know lockdown's kind of easing up a little bit. So I'm kind of eyeing up that June 21st. If you're in the UK, you know about it. That June 21st is like everything's lifted. How well it's going to go, I have no idea because I don't know when I'm getting my jab or anything like that. But nightclubs opening again. I'm tempted, but we'll see. But apart from that, I'm just like university for me is ending in 2 weeks, so I'm super busy at the moment. I'm trying to get all of my Patreon stuff done at the same time as my uni work. So the big thing for me is just going to get through this time and come out of it all right. But yeah, like just legit basic, because obviously you know we're restricted in what we can do and who we can meet up with. So I'm having as much fun as you can possibly be having in a pandemic. Let's just say that. So yeah, if you're watching Unforgiven, then I'm at the point where Edge has just been dragged back into the ring, and it's like 1 hour 12 at 30 in. Have I ever thought about getting a custom figure of myself? Yeah, I have actually, and I thought about it, and maybe like having like a mini face reveal as like me as my figure. So I thought about it. Maybe in future, but I do like having Armando Estrada as my stand-in, because it feels like he's my not my spirit, but like I don't know, not my spirit, but you know what I mean. He's the guy who's portrayed me for so long that I feel like he's more me than he represents me better than a custom figure of me would, if you see what I mean. Sorry. Yeah, Cassius Ohno is good. I want to see him do more on the indies. Hopefully he does more soon. Jimmy Havoc death matches. I wasn't a massive fan of Jimmy Havoc, to be honest. I mean, I liked his character, but obviously the guy in real life isn't as nice. But let's just say that. Yeah, it's a shame Matt didn't get as big a push as Jeff. I think in TNA he did, and that was good. And now in AEW, I think he's being used quite well as the manager of the stable that he's got with Butcher and the Blade and Private Party, his big money stable. But yeah, I think Matt's doing alright in AEW at the moment. So Matt Hardy is just taken off the top. And yeah, it's kind of messed up how Matt kind of exposed the affair. I mean, he didn't handle it professionally at all, and I think he's admitted since that he didn't, in hindsight. But like, I think WWE really misread the situation to like fire the guy. Like they could have just like gave him like a warning. It's kind of a double whammy to have your woman cheat on you with your colleague, and then you get fired as well. It's a bit of a. I definitely feel bad for him in that respect, but yeah, it's a shame Lita got kind of dragged through it. Yeah, like having an affair wasn't the best thing in the world, but to have that follow her for so long was a bit unnecessary. But yeah, it is what it is. So it's kind of controversial in that way. But this match was definitely better than the SummerSlam encounter they had, where he just called off the match. Thank you for joining, Mando. Thank you. See ya, and thank you for everyone for joining as well. I'm still going through this Unforgiven 2005, which we're at 1 hour 15 minutes in. If you want to watch it, Unforgiven 2005 with the cage match. Yeah, what ECW title he won? That was good. He could have won a title. Yeah, definitely Lockdown has helped me as well, GST. Like, I mean, in terms of like, I've only just got my stuff with me, so that's one thing. I've got my stuff with me at uni, which is good. Whereas before I didn't, and that's why I had to cancel. Oh, Twist of Fate! No, not Twist of Fate. What am I talking about? Side Effect off the top. No, he's not going to do it. Oh well. Yeah. But yeah, like I've got a reason. I've got time now on my hands because I'm not going out, meeting people, doing things. Not going to uni. I can work from the center. I can work from my home, which is better. So I can edit my uni work and I can edit my NLW stuff all at the same time, which is ideal. IWA Wrestling is a great pick feather. Maybe I'll may check them out. I'm not actually behind the camera. Are you still looking for me on SummerSlam 2017? I'm not behind the camera. I'm very much in view of the camera, and you can see me. I promise you that. Like, and I won't reveal who I am. But if you guess, I might give like a little bit of a I'm on camera. I don't know what kind of shirt I'm wearing, but I'm not going to tell you because that'll give it away. Yo, I'm there. Well, to be fair, like you won't see me because you don't know what I look like. Yo, I don't blame you for looking for me. I think, yo, if everyone wants to, yo, the guy in the crowd, he knows he's NLW because he's. Oh, when was it? 2017. I can't remember what I was doing. That might have been like around the Insurgents time. If you see someone who you think is me, just match the voice to their face, and kind of picture that. You know, that's the closest you're going to get to a face reveal for now, and then I'll reveal myself, and then maybe once I do a face reveal, I'll show you who I am in the crowd, because I know it's agony. You know, you want to know who I am. It's more obvious in the pre-show, I think, because the people more visible because there's less people in the crowd. I think I was supposed to meet Sami Zayn, and I wanted to see the Hardys wrestle. Here's what it is. Favorite gimmick match. I like cage matches done right, so I like this cage match. Oh, and thank you, mate, as well. Thank you, Maverick Boy, for joining. Thank you for coming here. But yeah, my favourite gimmick match is probably Hell in a Cell. That's my favourite. Just so so I answer your question before you go. But thank you for joining. And yeah, legit. I really enjoy just like talking to you guys. It's fun to just have a chat and just talk wrestling, really. I don't know, because I'm kind of enjoying this kind of laid back. I don't feel like I'm presenting as much, or I don't feel like I have to talk as much, even though I am. You know what I mean? Like when I'm doing my kind of animating live streams, it's kind of difficult to focus on two things at once. But now that I'm watching like wrestling at the same time, it's nice to just kind of have a chat. If you see what I mean, and just let me know in the chat as well, like if this is something I should continue doing. Maybe I should do this for like NLW episodes. Maybe do like watch alongs of those. Is that something that you might find interesting? But leak my face. You wouldn't know who I was. If maybe you hear me. SummerSlam crowd, yeah, mate. Take a still. Right, what I'll say. Take a still of like the just like the where they've got like this the straight on shot. Just take a still of that, and then do like a guess who, of who it could be. Who looks around my age, maybe. I don't know. But I probably will do it. What's up, mate? I'll do a face reveal at some point. Like in the future, I'm sure I will. But if you keep looking, like you won't find me. Yeah, but I was there for Joe, Reigns, Strowman, and Lesnar. That was a really fun match. The crowd was so electric for it, and every big move. Red shirt. Hey. Close. Maybe. I don't know if I wasn't sat in the front row. I was sat in like one of the I was sat in the near row though. I was sat in like near the front row. So make of that what you will. But yeah. It's quite funny. I won't say I'm not gonna confirm or deny if I was wearing a red shirt on that day, but like yeah, it's up to you. But that's what I like about these live streams, is those little details that are quite exclusive. If I accidentally flash my face on camera, damn, a lot of this match early on is just Edge smashing Matt Hardy in the face with his boot. We're an hour 21 minutes in. If you're watching Unforgiven with me, and not looking trying to find me at SummerSlam. You go to But yeah, and also Stars vs. Zones was a good match on that show. You know what? I know that you've got the pandemic going on at the moment. I think the last show I went to would have been the New Japan one, which was Royal Quest they did in London. That was such a cool show. And that was like the best crowd I've ever been a part of, bar maybe NXT TakeOver London, which I went to as well, was the Royal Quest. Yeah, you'll find me. You wish you find me, Just Eli, but you won't, because I'm a master of mystery. Damn, big time powerbomb from Edge to Matt Hardy. Are you guys actually watching this with me, by the way, or am I just talking to myself? It's a good match. I recommend you check it out. Watch, Unforgiven 2005, 1 hour 23 minutes in. Lol. But you know, even if you're not watching with me, it's chill. Weirdest thing you've ever chanted at a wrestling show you've been to? I kind of like. There was a weird. I remember there was a weird angle where the first Raw I went to, it was like. It was like. Oh, who was it? It was Vicky Guerrero. It was Vicky Guerrero who was trying to expose John Cena and AJ Lee having an affair, if you remember that storyline, back in like 2012. And everyone was like, oh, something like that, like something weird, something to do with that. Or I enjoyed the Bailey, it was like was it Aqua? It was some poppy like 90s Euro pop band where they were like the I want Bailey, I want to know if you want to be my girl. That was a weird thing. That was a weird thing to chant. And I can't remember what else. I know some idiots were chanting "We want beach balls." I don't like beach balls. Took away from the show. I come all the way to the States. I want to watch wrestling. I don't care if it's John Cena and Roman Reigns teaming up. I want to watch the wrestling. Stop throwing a beach ball about, you know. But yeah, I can't remember anything weird I chanted at a wrestling show. Particularly, apart from there were some weird chants at NXT Takeover London. I enjoyed that one, and the ones that were like, which one's Dawson, which one's Dash at the Revival. That's when they weren't really over. That was quite funny. I just realised, like, I'm watching the wrestling and everyone's just staring at sexy Mox, just looking all seductive still. Yeah, man. I met Cesaro that weekend as well. I met him like the day before SummerSlam, and he was really nice. And I was like, damn, like just watch this. This is like the match as well was one of my favourites to watch that weekend. It was so good. Oh, and I was also there. I was also there live to see the Undisputed Era form. So I saw Adam Cole's debut, and I had a feeling he was going to show up. So that was good. Oh, Matt Hardy's just grabbed Edge, and he's pulling him out, stopping him from escaping. Yeah, so I was there to see the Undisputed Era form because I remember I was there with my brother, and my brother tried to get out to go toilet or go to the bathroom, whatever. And then like security was like blocking off the aisle, and we were like, that's a bit odd. And then like 1 minute later, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish run past us in the crowd, and they jump the ring, and then you can see Adam Cole in the corner, and then everyone's sort of losing their mind, and it was such a good moment to see Undisputed Era there and see it so up close, then beating up Drew McIntyre. Like, that was so cool. Yeah. So Matt Hardy's just beating up Edge at the moment, catapults him into the cage. The crowd is so hot for this one as well. I swear the crowd used to be so much better for these events. Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with Bobby Fish. I'm not showing you my face. I don't know what I'm going to do with my face reveal. There will be one eventually. Most likely. But I'm going to milk it. I'm going to milk it for all it's worth. I'm going to build to it, you know? And it'll be on the main channel as well. Or will it be? Maybe no, I want to lead in for this NLW Figs channel, you know? Maybe I'll do a face reveal, who knows? So, Edge is just, at the moment, just being battered by Matt Hardy. I love these Ruthless Aggression stages as well. They're like the best era for stages. You know what'd be funny if I told you I never went to SummerSlam 2017 and I wasn't in the crowd? That'd be funny, wouldn't it? Oh, Lita's on the edge. Damn, I think as well, it must be so awkward for Matt Hardy to have to do this angle and like work and like with a guy who's like cheating on him with his wife. That's just so weird. If you think about it. Oh damn, I will milk it. And now Edge is bleeding in the match I'm watching. So Matt Hardy's he's got Edge and he's like just beating him up. So yeah. Let's do an April Fool's and have the episode be an hour, a black screen, and somewhere on the video is a second of a still image. Do you know what? I reckon some of you would watch that. Some of you would watch it all the way through, because I know that... I don't know why it's... I kind of understand why it's quite... a personable thing, so like, or like a reason for one. Damn, Edge looks so cool with his crimson mask. As much as I talk about blood in the Ruthless Aggression era being overkill, I think this is really cool in a match like this, where it's just splattered across the map. Was I 7 rows back in the red Cesaro shirt? If I say yes, will you stop searching? I'll say you're close, and that's all you're getting. Because I'm not gonna, I wouldn't confirm or deny my face reveal. You know, I like to keep the mystery there. And now Matt Hardy's got the. I appreciate you having a look though, man. I just appreciate you being in the live stream with me, to be honest. Oh well, Matt Hardy had the briefcase, he dropped it, and now he's in the ring with Edge, and Edge is now trying to take advantage. These sets were huge. Like I don't need like. There's a good YouTuber that you should watch on YouTube. He's called Nicotine, I believe, and he does like arena showcases. So he goes back and looks at all the past pay-per-view stages from different events. So he goes through like every WrestleMania stage that there's ever been and shows the little differences and every like weird stages and things. So you know that's quite a good series that you should watch because he covers a lot of WrestleMania Ruthless Aggression stages, I should say, and it's quite inspiring as well. If you're Matt Hardy side effect from the top of the not the top of the cage, from the top rope. That's quite cool. In it, like people will be coming to my house and trying to get my face reveal. I'm like, you know, memeless. Yeah, I'll be doing my memeless mystery thing going on there. So, oh, Lita's in now. That's not good. Lita breaking up the pin. I met Lita as well, actually, at that SummerSlam event. And I felt so awkward because I had no chat going on. I met Lita and I think it was Lita and Kurt Angle were the two celebrities, or the two legends that were there that I met, and I kind of shook their hands and was like, hey, how you doing? They signed autographs and stuff, and they're very nice. But it was super awkward because I had no chat and I had nothing to say, and I didn't want to be one of those people who kind of bored them or made them feel awkward, you know. To be fair, we have to wear a mask everywhere we go now anyway, so it is what it is. Oh, and a spear from Edge. I really like this match, you know. This Matt Hardy versus Edge match. It's so good. Like, I think it's heightened by the fact that the crowd is so into it. And like Matt Hardy, like they could have done so much more with him after this, because. And they're chanting Hardy and stuff. Like, they could have pushed him, man. It's such a shame. At the very least, I know he got the US title later, but you could have had him have the Intercontinental title a little bit earlier, especially after this feud. Maybe not necessarily the world title, but you know, something like that. You know, to give him that kind of momentum. Because after this, he feuded with Gregory Helms for ages on SmackDown after this, and he didn't do anything until the Hardys reunited. Alright, now, you need to watch this now, because Matt Hardy is, like, on the top of the cage, and this is the moment I was talking about at the start, where he's just going to destroy his ass in a hot... Look, this is like... This is not good. Leg drop off the top. No, don't do this, mate. Think of your bum. Ow, ow, ow. Ow. It's one of the most painful bumps I can think of. He puts the arm over and he wins. That's amazing ending to a great match, and I love how covered in blood Edge is, and just Matt Hardy putting his hand on him and just like, ARW, what's up, man? Yeah, just putting it, like, he's just streaming with blood, and Matt Hardy, like, you should have pushed him from here, but I don't know. Things worked out for him, I guess. Things have worked out. Well, not in the immediate aftermath, but certainly now recently. He's doing all right. Yeah, like the thing is when you meet wrestlers like that, and they're kind of like you idolise these people, and you don't know what to say. I guess Edge versus Matt. We're watching. It's just finished. I'm watching the replays at the moment. So Edge is running at Matt, and he's just like speared the hell out of him, and Matt Hardy's like done the big leg drop off the top, and just destroyed his back. And this is what like led to him getting all those surgeries and stuff. That's what you get with these live streams. You get of me get some exclusive verbiage, like think of your bum, Matt, because that's what he had a lot of trouble with. Was he had like the fusion between his pelvis, or his like the lower part, his coccyx that's in his spine. They like fused together because of that leg drop and stuff, and that was, I don't know, man, such a shame. I mean, it was a great moment, don't get me wrong, but oh my god, like so painful. I don't think I want to watch the rest of this show. Chris Masters versus Shawn Michaels was on this. I forgot about that. Anyway, I think I'll end it in a minute, but I just want to see what else is on this show. Shelton Benjamin versus Kerwin White. Oh, that did not age well. Hurricane and Razor versus Caden Murdoch. This is peak Ruthless Aggression. The main event, Kurt Angle versus John Cena. I mean, I appreciate the fact that like I thought pay-per-views were too long back in the day. I didn't appreciate having them so short. So yeah. Tomorrow you can watch Jon Moxley versus Kurt Angle on Unchained, and then a week from Saturday is the Elimination Chamber. So yeah, you can watch that, and then like I've got NLW 24/7 coming out soon. And the thing I want to talk about with NLW 24/7, I'll release a video on Monday hopefully with like it'll be like the 6-month anniversary of it. So I'll go through like the main storylines in it, but I'm having a lot of fun filming what I'm filming for NLW 24/7 at the moment. And there's going to be a new format to the show, so it's going to be like more recap based, and there's going to be a lot more. And by the way, all this cat talk in the chat. My cat, I used to have 2 kittens. I used to have Maisie and Mittens, we used to call them. And Mittens had these little cute white paws with her, and they were quite sweet. And we've still got Maisie. She's still kicking, and she's got a fat little belly about her. Yeah, back problems, man. I thought film you on the show. Good luck with it, though. I hope all goes well. But yeah, NLW 24/7. I'll release a video on Monday with like an exclusive look at the new arena, because I've set up a new arena. You may have seen it on this channel, and I've also bought new ringside barricades. Even though in the video that I put up last, I was kind of trashing the ringside barricades, and I bought them because I thought, why not splurge and make the most out of those. So look out for that video on Monday. Look out for Moxley versus Angle tomorrow. It's one of my favourite matches. And look at Sexy Mox. He wants you to watch that match. Sexy Mox is saying, dude, I'm going to put on a wrestling classic against Kurt Angle. Will he win? Will he not win? We'll find out tomorrow at Ungovernable. But as always, like, thank you so much for these live streams. I really would like to do another one soon. So let me know as well, because I know what times. You can just drop me a message on Instagram, and I'll try and respond to it if it's applicable. Like, yeah, I'm not very good at ending these live streams. All I'll say is, from NLW, Sexy Mox, I wish you farewell. It's a weird stream. I'm really sorry. Yeah, because Moxie has to chill. He's got a big match tomorrow that he's got to prepare for, and like you don't want to be stressing, you know. So, Pickles is great. Pickles is a good name. Okay. I want to do another one of these weird streams where I just watch wrestling and chat naff for a long time. And it may not necessarily be Sexy Mox, although Sexy Mox might make a return. We will see. But yeah, like, I do enjoy doing these weird streams because it means I can just sit and just watch wrestling and just chat with you guys. And it's quite nice. Even though there's only like 9 people watching, that's good. You know, I'm happy that everyone's here with me. But yeah, like I'm bad at ending these streams. So all I'll say is thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you tomorrow for John Moxley versus Kurt Angle. You know, when that video comes out, watch it, leave a comment letting me know what you think, because it helps the channel out so much. And thank you very much for watching the stream. Like, cheers guys, I'll see you in the next one. Hopefully it'll be in like a few weeks or two. But yeah, like thank you guys for watching with me. It's been fun, and thank you all for chatting with me. I really appreciate it, guys. See ya, everyone. My thoughts on pickles? Fantastic. There you go. That's a good way to end the stream. Bye, sexy Mox. Bye.